So what's going on, guys? So today, hadn't had an opportunity to get out into the meditative space because what we're dealing with is some rain outside, but still got to come to the lake. Yesterday we were talking about growth and development, and that growth and development is being able to revisit your past. I had a unique opportunity to reconnect with a childhood friend, which really is a childhood brother. So I remember it could have been back in 2015, I believe, 2015. He had called me up, and we were talking, and I really went off on him in just a terrible way. I had told him, "Hey man, we're not friends, we're associates," because he had some things that had gone on what prevented him from visiting several times that he had said he was going to visit. And because I was in a mental space at that time where the I felt like, well, if you're not living a certain way that I'm living, then I kind of don't want to deal with you. And that was real egotistical of me and real arrogant. And I would classify myself right now, um, looking back at that point, because I was legitimately a religious jerk, because of what I thought like the way I was living was correct and the way he was living was incorrect, and I was wrong for doing that. And had an opportunity to apologize, and really he had an opportunity to tell me as a man, like, it really hurt his feelings. And so I just wanted to really talk about that today, and tell you, man, if you have like actually wronged someone and you have the opportunity to communicate with them and apologize, I would encourage you to do that, especially when it comes to some people that were around in your childhood. And we had, pretty rough childhood, similar, not to the point where we were like out on the streets, but I remember sharing the bed with him because he had to move in because he had no, place to go at one time. And man, like, we did everything together as kids, rode bikes together. I would say borrowed things out of grocery stores that didn't belong to us together. It was just a lot of stuff. Um, but my point is to that point, when I talked about compassion, give compassion to your past. Sometimes you get an opportunity to communicate with those people in your past, and now you get to show up as a full, complete individual who is more loving and caring, and then able to listen to that other person communicate what you did to them and how that made them feel. When we look at growing and growth, this is a part of growth, is being able to do that, is taking that time to have those hard conversations. An organization that I'm a part of, uh, on part time, is one of the things we talk about is doing something hard every day, and that very thing was something hard to kind of hear how I made him feel because of the words that I had used toward him, and saying that, like, we're not friends and just associates. And it was almost like trying to cut a cord of life. And now I'm looking back as I cut a cord of life from myself. And uh, I appreciate what he told me. He said, "Man, I had to let you go through whatever you were going through in the path of life at that time, and I knew that we would come back around." And I really appreciate that, brother, for that, man, because we are brothers. And just because we don't have the same mom, we're legitimately brothers because all the things that we have been through as young kids and even teenagers, and being there. So I would say show more compassion toward your past. And if you have the opportunity to have a conversation with somebody that you hurt, take that time and communicate with them. Show them that love. Show yourself that love. I have not solved all my world problems or any kind of world problems at any stretch of the imagination. But what I am learning and continue to learn is that it takes some courage to have those conversations. It takes courage to be honest with yourself and to be honest with other people and show them love. Life has its challenges, but it absolutely has its beauty. I mean, one of the things, it's fall season. You guys look at the transition through fall season, looking at the trees, how the leaves are falling away to build more growth. There's a process happening with the tree as it's growing. Things have to fall off. And I'm looking now, a part of me, a part of that ego, that identity that I really didn't know who I was at that time, and even 2015 had to fall away for me to really get to know who I am within. And when I get to know who I am within and having the opportunity to communicate the love that I have for my brother and tell him I love you and I care about you and I apologize for the things that I said, because my intent was terrible at that time, and being able to move on. So I encourage you, if you need that kind of help, man, reach out to somebody, talk to somebody, have a conversation with them. If you know the person's not ready for the conversation, that's understandable, but do some deep digging with yourself. Don't put on the facade. Don't be something somebody else wants you to be. Got to go deep within where the love truly is within yourself and let that person come out. I love you guys. Take it easy. Have a wonderful Thursday. You guys are doing great, and I appreciate you.